There's several features that will be very impactful for audit firms. So the first feature is just the integration of security tools into the auditing process. And this is because, unlike manual auditing, security tools often bring security guarantees. And so in some cases that means that if a tool does not identify or does not find a particular vulnerability, that means that it doesn't exist. And in other cases, it means that if a tool does find a vulnerability, it does definitely exist. So it can help the auditors provide or find concrete attack scenarios, and it can also help provide stronger guarantees from the audit by proving that certain vulnerabilities do not exist in the code base. And so this can help the auditor feel more secure about the performance of the audit, because they can be more confident about the result of the audit. But also, any tool work performed can then be delivered to the client in order to secure the client's code going forward as well. And so that means that the security auditor is not only providing value at this point in time, but they're also helping keep the client secure in the future as well. The other thing that we found is very impactful for auditing companies is the features that we've integrated in order to help facilitate the auditing process. And that's because auditing has a lot of kind of menial tasks which still eat up quite a bit of time. And so this includes things like communicating with the client in order to effectively provide the issues and facilitate discussions on the issues in order to inform them why something is a particular issue and to discuss how to triage issues. In addition to that, synchronizing between auditors to make sure that the auditors are correctly and consistently discussing issues to make sure there's as few false positives as possible, and that any issues have been cross-validated by multiple people. Another thing which is very useful, though, is one thing that commonly eats up a lot of time in the audit is taking an issue that was detected and writing that up into an actual issue report, which will go into the eventual auditing report. And so one thing that we have found saves quite a bit of time is the audit issue AI agent that we've implemented, which will take the context from the code base where an issue was identified, as well as discussions that the auditors had around that issue, in order to automatically write the vulnerability up into an audit issue report so that the auditor can quickly refine it and then report it to their client. AuditHub improves communication by essentially providing a centralized space where people can communicate and kind of collaborate together. And so that means that AuditHub has a way of essentially performing communication or discussing potential vulnerabilities in line with the code, so that the auditor can effectively communicate context about a particular issue that they identified to other auditors, so that they can, cross-validate and ensure that everyone agrees that this is an issue. The other way that it can help, though, is by engaging the developer in the process of identifying an issue. So if there's something that is unclear because a particular part of the audit is maybe out of scope or something, you can also engage developers in that conversation so that you can more quickly, go from detection to the actual process of reporting the issue.